Aloha and welcome to Group 3's pilot project, Ko'olau Disaster Preparedness Survey. The purpose of this project is to determine if a lecture is an effective method of increasing people's preparedness for natural disasters that may affect Oahu. Design, methodology, and approach. I gave 2 disaster preparedness lectures. I asked attendees to anonymously and voluntarily complete a 13-question survey via SurveyMonkey. I wanted at least 20 participants to respond to Likert-like scale, ranking, and open-ended questions. Findings. We found that people who attended the lectures felt that they were adequately prepared. However, following the lecture, many realized that they were not. Originality. Oahu hasn't been hit by a major natural disaster since the 1960s. This survey provided a unique glimpse into the preparedness mindset of Oahu's windward residents. Many who fail to prepare or don't understand that a catastrophic event could happen at any time. Why should this study be of interest to you? Number 1 is that it solves an important problem that you didn't realize you had. Primarily, there are a lot of newcomers to the islands that don't understand that Oahu is subject to catastrophic events. There are people who have lived here for a long time and have now become complacent, thinking that it's not going to happen again. This study is a worthy contribution because it proves that lectures are an important step in individual and community preparedness. For the introduction strategy, I'm saying that lectures can influence disaster preparedness and that my lectures can be the catalyst for a better prepared and more resilient community, ultimately leading up to the world as a more complex place than we thought. And I thought that this was a classic example of cognitive dissonance because people are believing that they're prepared when in all actuality they're not. Theoretical discussion. The premise of my study is that a lecture is going to cause an improved individual preparedness. That's inference. Now, there will be individual beliefs that will have some effect on the inference, but ultimately this will result in improved community resiliency. With regards to operationalization, some of the variables that need to be considered are gender, age, the number of years an individual has lived on Oahu, and the type of home construction the individual currently lives in. EVRC. Constructs revolve around preparedness questions given after 2 lectures. The validity was a survey involving 13 questions, 10 Likert-like and 3 open-ended. Out of 54 people that attended the lectures, 32 chose to respond. That's 59%. Out of the 59%, 21 were male and 11 were female. It probably is worth noting that these people were older. 21% were 56 to 65. And another 21% 66 to 75, so almost 45% were between 56 and 75 years old. They were seniors. The reliability, it appears to be reliable, and I didn't think that there were any ethical violations that occurred during the data collections. Everything was honest and open. Nothing was concealed. I shared with all of the respondents that I was a graduate student collecting data and that all of their data would remain anonymous. Here is a screenshot of sample survey questions that were posted on SurveyMonkey. These are the post-lecture, and notice that on question number 4, even though this is post-lecture, the same question was asked pre-lecture. Here we've got the results of the pre- and post-lecture questions. You'll notice that the pre-lecture question has a significant weight average compared to the relatively smaller post-lecture weighted average. Here we're able to see side-by-side results. Mean and median are significantly reduced. Standard deviation is cut just over half. P-value increases from 0.027 to 0.044. Out of the 3 hypotheses, only H1 could be accepted. Discussion. So I later learned that people have differing opinions and understanding of what preparedness actually is. So I need to define preparedness in the survey to eliminate confusion. Opportunities for further research include adding a couple of questions to expand on the survey's personal data, include income and race, ethnicity. This would help provide an understanding of the prevalence of vulnerability by population. And practical recommendations would be that many attendees were senior citizens without access or an understanding or even the desire to access the internet. So I need to print out the survey questionnaire. We can conclude that individuals who attend training and education opportunities, such as lectures about large-scale disasters, increase their individual preparedness and act as force multipliers in providing community resiliency following a catastrophic event. Here are 3 references I used for this project, listed alphabetically in APA format.